So the first thing I'm going to show you is one of the cards.
Okay.
And if you can say some words about this card, or what you see in it now, fresh.
Okay.
And then maybe we'll open it up.
Okay. This card actually had to be much, much, much bigger.
So you mean it had to be like this, right?
Yeah, this is one perspective of what I mean. That it needs to be much bigger because to contain such lots of energy in a small card is like it wants to explode.
Yes, yes.
But imagine a kind of space, plasma, that this amount of energy would be revealing. Is like meeting a well that gives all the time new fresh water, new fresh energy, but it's at a center of gravity.
Yes,
it's at a source. Yeah, it's at a source. It's at a standard. It's at a principle where it's coming from.
Yes, yes,
and it's endless. And out of the big mother, there is already a small new baby coming out. And this energy speaks about vigorness, about stability, about fluidity, about communication, about a relationship with one another. You can see it from the shape, you can see it from the color. Our blood is like this. It's actually collect things and keep it. Yeah. So it's really a lot there is in one little card or in one little drawing that speak to us. There is a language that go with it. You can find the melody of it, you can find the words that go with it, you can find the story. You can find the memories that will take you to a garden that once you used to grow, or your parents used to grow, or someone that you saw it in the world, or in the forest, somewhere. So it can take you anywhere. It's like a road that can lead you to anywhere you want to go with it. And it's not limited to a small card in a beautiful deck.
So out of that, we'll put it down because it was heavy and we feel our hands. But out of that, out of this beginning in what we see from the card, we're now going into a very vast subject. We already opened two vast subjects like family and balance, and we discovered that each of these words holds so much. So today's subject
that I don't know.
You do not know because I always want to surprise you because I think this is the most beautiful thing about being in touch with what wants to come now. So today, and when you hear the subject, you'll say, "Wow, how everything I talked about till now was connected to it," because the subject is the human potential. Wow. So so I'll give a few frames and then we can open it. But we're going to a journey through the 12 houses. And the first house is one of the houses that I cannot put into words. It's very easy to say the house of money, the house of work, the house of vocation. It has a word. But the truth is, the first house, it is so vast because it talks about the whole potential of a human being, and it's a huge thing, and it goes with the number 1. For example, if we only have one dot, we do not know what it is. It has no proportion, it has no relations. We cannot tell if it's a little cell or a planet. It goes with the number 1, which is a new beginning, a new start. If we're talking about the human ages, it's the moment of birth when the child it just begins. It doesn't have anything yet fixed. it's a very interesting house, because when I read the chart, it talks about the potential of a person. It doesn't say still how this potential will reveal.
Yeah.
But you can see it's like the bud, and this is also about what's in the card.
Yeah.
The bud that already holds the whole potential.
Yeah.
But human beings are different, because a bud will only develop to a flower.
Yeah.
A bigger flower.
Yeah.
A bigger of the same thing. I think human is different. So where does it take you, saying the word human potential? Where can we go from here?
Wow. It's really huge.
Yes.
And just to be able to hear this combination of two words, human potential, you feel we can touch something that needs to be so gentle, so fine, because it's so huge, big, and so much unknown in it. And whatever we will bring today, maybe we can touch 0.000 of the subject, and just to be able to be in some kind of consciousness about it, it's like, wow. Why is it like this? What made it? Not who made it. What made it? That human being will have a potential that is unlimited, and it's integrated with all other things. So, as it say, if we want to learn about human, we should learn about the universe. If we want to learn about the universe, we should learn about the human. So this is maybe the first clue of the vastness. And when we say universe, no beginning, no middle, no ends. Yes. Same with human. No beginning, no middle, no ends.
Yes. I think it's amazing, because many of the things you said before knowing the subject and what the card is about, it touched such deep things. For example, the frame. Okay, because people are born with this huge potential, and then so shortly after being born, they get snapped into
small frames.
Yes, small frames. They need to fit.
Yes.
The kindergarten, their parents' expectations,
the
grandparents'
school expectation,
the clock.
The clothes, the timing, the language, everything needs to be fit. So we speak about the interlude and the integration of things, and not fixing. Yes. Because let's imagine we have the most amazing apple on the table, which we know that it contains vitamins, it contains 8 months of growth, and from the deep depths of the planet it's growth, and it's got the air and the water and so many things, and the care of the person that took care of the tree involved in it. But we will leave it there, or we will stuff it in the fridge and say we will only eat it in 2 weeks' time when we go to a trip. It will get rotten. We don't want the human potential to get rotten, to get fixed. And we don't want to fix our own human potential, and let alone we don't want to fix other. But it's look like chaos. Yes, it feel like, okay, human potential, if we don't have any limitation about it, nothing, it can be a chaos. Okay, so what's wrong with chaos? Okay? Because it's something else that maybe we will speak on one of the day. What is this chaos as a starting point? It's all part of the picture, and we have all our life to try to reveal it. Yes. And maybe it will not be enough, one state of life. But we don't have one state of life, because we have a life of our emotion, we have a life of the genetic we're born with. We have a life of the human being, the magnitude of the complex, the human design. We have our mentality, we have our desire, we have our love, we have our sense of humor. Wow. We have our fears, anxiety, natural development, boxes that try to fix us. We have everything.
Yes.
So where to start from?
Yes. Few things come to mind. First, the analogy of the wind. Okay? Because you're talking and I'm thinking, oh, the wind, it will bother the video and the sound and people will hear it. But what am I doing? Do I really want to stop the wind from blowing because it doesn't fit my frame? And I think it talks about a lot about how people relate to the human potential. Because yes, we need frames, and in the astrological chart there is the potential, but then you really need also to work and build yourself in order to express your potential. You will need things like commitment, and time frame, and aims. Okay, but people, I think they run too fast to the limits and borders, and in the cost of trying to bind the wind.
Yes.
The first flame that is inside, which is so important. I think this is part of what happens. People trying to bind the wind, and the fire in the person is lost.
Yes.
And this is most of the diseases we see now. Depression and stress. And it's about the fire inside being turned off.
Yes. So nothing can happen. So whilst the child is growing and he starts to observe the world and try to touch his finger and feel the shape, doing a lot of mathematical exercise actually to understand. When a child is really born, he starts to observe everything. And this is how he learns. He's like a sponge. We spoke about it. He starts to observe. And there is something amazing about his parents, that they also start to observe something that they never knew before. They never met him. They don't know what he will be. It's like it's made out of them, but it's still a magic miracle, first time known in the world, first time exists in the world. So the observation and recognition is also such an important part of the parents toward their child. Not to take him for granted, because then they start to limit his potential. But if they will observe his timing, his fineness, his abilities, his developing of his abilities, the little movement, his breathing, to see just the breathing, this sense of magic, that the lungs is working, that the eyes is working, that he is responding to a sound, to everything. So they will start to learn his human potential, but they need to be really free and attentive and have a recognition of his own nature, and working in cooperation with it and not upon it, with him and not upon him, with her and not upon her, and not dominate her from young age, because everything is so fine, so flexible, so yet in the plasma state, because all our life we are in potential. Someone that is 95, like this lady that I met, she's 95, she has been in a hell of life, and she's beautiful like she born today. And she still fulfill her potential. And she's not fixed, and she said, come and visit me because I want to learn about human potential. I said, I want to learn from you. I want to sit aside you and to feel what you have been going through, that it's maybe 1% of your human potential. Because of so many limitations was put on you, and so many psychologists were trying to close the box, so many political influences, wrong political influences, were trying to limit the human being to what does it mean to be a person that lives now in Czechoslovakia or Israel or Lebanon or China. There is so many things that try really to fix us into like the frame of the card, fit the industrial, fit economics. Does it make money? Does not make money? Maybe someone needs to be really all his life as a fisherman because he knows how to communicate with the fish and with nature, and they speak to him.
Yes, or spread joy.
Or spread joy.
Yes, because...
Or touch with worms. And it's one line of potential. It doesn't need to be fixed. We are the one that fix ourselves against all odds, yeah?
Yes.
So it's really intricate, integrated potential.
Yes.
And even if all what we speak about were trying to fix us, it's not an excuse and it's not a reason to be fixed. We still can break through, like the small chicken coming out of the egg, and you know, it's really hard to break if you take an egg that does not have any, you know, it's a complete egg, and you try with your hand, right hand, left hand, two hands, to smash it, you can't. You can't. But the small chicken that live inside got the magic touch to knock enough times to crack it. You can try it. It's really good exercise. So we're speaking about releasing of energies in a ways that they can be of transmission, of receiving, of radiating, of calculating the amount, of what it's called weaving things together, because one potential person maybe need 10 others to fulfill, to help him to fulfill. So we need each other, we need the friendship of one another. We actually need it. I just met a young boy, he's 9. He said, I actually made these little dolls and I call them cleaning.
Wow.
And I create them because I want the world to be clean. And I said, do you want to share it with us, with a group of children? And he said, yes. I said, so bring it today. And you will share it with us, and we will all help you to fulfill part of your potential. Now, the little dolls is one thing, but the freedom and the trust that this child now have in himself to do it. And even if I will say, no, today it does not fit, he need to feel that he has this freedom and trust to go with it. Let's be aware, careful, and really love the fact of human potential, but not dismiss it and be familiar with it, because there is a drop of God in each one of us, even if we don't believe. It's still there.
Thank you. Beautiful.
It's just the start. It's like my complex really feel that it's a celebration question, and it's not a question, it's like an whole world to open up.
Yes.